Hello everyone, this is The Butcher with KillerReviews.com, and this is actually my first video in my new apartment. And at some point we'll have to give you a tour. It's not... in my old house, I used to have a whole basement of cool stuff, arcades, and movies everywhere. And it was like a total man cave. So now, all I have is... well, it's a 3-bedroom, but the podcast listeners know I rented out the 3rd room, so I don't have a man room really, which kind of stinks. But it's really awesome to be able to decorate the whole place like I want to. So in my living room I have a huge Batman DC Comics poster, So in a way, the whole place is kind of like my man room, which is nice, which is awesome. But you don't want to have your horror posters up in the living room like Chainsaw Massacre, because you have chicks come over. And that creeps them the fuck out. So I wanted to do a DVD update video. And I know on the last podcast we talked about DVD collecting and Blu-ray. And I'm kind of getting back into it, which I'm really excited about. I haven't been actively buying stuff for a collection in probably a couple years. So I just started getting back into it. And I want, as you know from the podcast, we're trying to get our YouTube channel going more. And we have videos from all of our staff writers that are going up on a regular basis now, which is very awesome and very fun to watch. So let me go through some movies I picked up and maybe explain a little bit why I bought them. So the first one I have is Dreamscape, and this stars Dennis Quaid. I'm trying to figure out... I don't have a playback monitor, so I'm using the little thing in the LCD monitor in the camera. Hope that comes out okay. This is Dreamscape. And this is a movie, now keep in mind, I got these dirt cheap, my local Newbury Comics, which if you're from New England, you know what it is. If you're not, it's just like it's a genre store with CDs, comic books, DVDs, and they were doing a sale, buy 2 get 1 free. And the DVDs are so cheap these days, it's awesome. So I got this Dreamscape movie. I've never seen this, and this is something that, just growing up, I've always seen it around. I saw it, the artwork, in the VHS, back in the VHS days. And I've always wanted to watch it. And I finally snagged it for $3.99. But the best part is it has an audio commentary track on it. See, I love the audio commentary tracks. I like to know the insight of a movie from 30 years ago. The making of it and all that stuff. And this is from Image Entertainment, which is a pretty good... I actually like the label a lot. And it's widescreen transfer, auto commentary track. So this is going to be pretty awesome, and I'll review this at some point on the podcast. And then next I got Mr. Destiny. I think the lighting's better right here. Mr. Destiny, and this was $2.99. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. And if you haven't seen this, this is a great time travel movie. This dude, James Belushi. He's bummed out with how his life turned out, and he goes back in time, which I won't even explain how. And then he gets to it's actually about him hitting a baseball. And now I remember correctly. He always wished when he was younger there was this big huge baseball game, and he wishes because he actually struck out. And he always wishes... I think he was the last up at bat, and he could have won the game. And he strikes out, and he always wishes that he would have hit that ball, and he would have been more popular, more successful in life. And and most of the movie shows you what if he did hit that ball, what his life would have turned out to be. So, back in the 80s, there was a lot of movies like this. It might even be early 90s. I'm not sure. I'm not going to bother you with looking it up, but... This is on the cusp of the late 80s, 90s. But there's a lot of movies back when I grew up like this, where, you could go back in time and see things. And it always works out where you enjoy your life as it did turn out. You learn what's important, whatever. That's Mr. Destiny, whatever. I don't know. It's a special place for me in my heart, but maybe I don't know. I grew up with it. Alright, this movie is awesome. This is Coffy with Pam Grier. And I saw this for the first time. This is an old movie, 1973. And it's funny, I was first introduced to Pam Grier from Jackie Brown. And from, like, you know, looking into that movie, I learned that Quentin Tarantino was a huge fan of Pam Grier. And this movie is one of her earlier movies. I don't know if it's earlier, but it's earlier for me, anyway. And this movie is badass. It's like tons of naked chicks, like killing. It's just literally like grindhouse. I would call it a grindhouse movie. That's how I look at it. It's just dirty, drugs everywhere, naked chicks, machine guns. It's awesome. I don't even remember what it's about. And I'm not going to read it to you. I think she gets revenge or whatever. She's a nurse by day and an avenging angel by night. When she discovers that her little sister has been doped up and freaked out by a greedy drug pusher, she not only puts an end to his miserable days, but she vows to follow in his trail of corruption up to the top. Yeah, so this movie is awesome. And this was only $6. And you get... I also got this because it has a commentary track on it. And I would love to hear... to learn more about this movie. And this movie is awesome. You gotta watch this if you've never seen it. It totally holds up today. Coffy. Drive. We all know Drive. I have it on DVD. And it was $10, but I got the buy two get one free sale, so I don't know, $7, whatever. Drive. Unfortunately, there's no the special features are really weak on this, which is really lame. But it was cheap. I wanted to have it on Blu-ray. My collection. The movie's amazing. We all know that. Here's a little fun. Now the next is like almost all horror movies. So this is called Tormented. Some of you might know this movie. And it's $3.99. And it's, I don't know, like, it's an old 1960. But the reason I already own this, but the reason I got it is it's in color. And this dude, I believe... Well, I know he's haunted. He's staying in a place by a lighthouse on a beach, and he's haunted by a girl I believe he purposely killed. Let me just... maybe he didn't purposely kill her, but he was in love with this girl, and she fell to her death. And she comes back to haunt him. And, I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's just a B movie. But I've watched this a few times. It's really fun. And I've watched it a few times, but it's in color. This isn't color. I hope so, because the back of it is. You see the back of it. You can see it, the slides are in color. So that's Tormented, not a must-own by any means. I got this because... Oh, that's so annoying. Sorry, guys. I keep trying to get the frame right. I got this because one of the dudes on our podcast, Xander Kane, reviewed these movies, like, I don't know, a while ago on the podcast. And I think it's worth owning. I mean, this was $3.99. So once again, the deal was you buy two, get one free. So this was, whatever that math is, 30% or whatever it is. So I just figured it would be good to have in a collection. There's a commentary track on at least one of the movies. Oh, each movie has a commentary track. And I don't know, man, like, this is always, I think this would be considered like a classic, in my opinion. I've heard about this since I've been a kid. I don't think I remember watching them. So I figured it was so cheap, I might as well have, it's a really nice set. Widescreen commentary tracks. Xander Kane says the movies suck, but I don't know, maybe they do, but it's worth having in the collection. I got The Fly. This is a movie I have not seen since whenever it came out. Since I was a kid. 1986. Wow, I thought it was a little bit later than that. But this thing has... See, I'm a huge commentary track guy. And this is why I buy most of these things. Like if you rent the movie online or whatever, most of the time, I mean, probably all the time, they're not going to have the commentary track and the behind the scenes and stuff. So this, to me, is my definitive version of The Fly. I haven't seen it in a long time. I know it's awesome. I love David Cronenberg. So I'm really excited to watch it again. And I think it'll hold up. David Cronenberg films usually hold up. Here's a terrible movie called Parasite. I saw this a long time ago. It's $3.99. And I saw this years ago with a friend, and I'm sure audio commentary by Charles Band. That's right. I'm sure it's pretty bad. I mean, obviously it's probably bad, but it stars Demi Moore, and probably looks like shit too. Oh, Full Moon, no kidding. Duh, Charles Band. Duh. Yeah, I don't know. I figured it would be maybe fun to do at my horror film festival. I'm sure it's campy, funny, but I mean, if Demi Moore wasn't in this, I wouldn't have gotten it. I got it to have her. To have it because she's in it. I'm sure it's probably pretty funny. Parasite. Now, I'll save this for last, actually. This one I got. That was $6. I don't know if this movie is... I don't know if people like this movie or not. I think there's mixed reviews on it. I don't know. I think Bridget Fonda is smoking hot back in the day. And I do like the idea that she's like a street scruff. You know, and the government picks her up, thinking that nobody would miss her, and they train her to be an assassin. And I think it's a really good movie. I've seen it a lot over since I've been a kid, and it was $6. Point of no return. I think it's worth checking out if somehow you come across her. It's on TV, you know. And Bridget Fonda wears little cute outfits the whole movie. And the other dude, Gabriel Byrne, I haven't seen that guy in a long time. Gabriel Byrne. I guess I think he does some kind of Showtime series past couple of years, or maybe not HBO or Showtime. Point No Return. I like that movie a lot. This is an interesting find. Check this out. This was at Walmart for $5, and I love my documentaries. And this is a 7-part documentary on Alcatraz. So it says Alcatraz, the final sentence. Alcatraz remembered, protecting the people. 5 died in Alcatraz jail riot. Flee Alcatraz. 3 convicts escape. Rock closes. That was the Clint Eastwood movie, Escaping Alcatraz. And I don't know, man. Like, this is like probably at least 7 hours, I'd guess. But for $5, like, that's really cool to learn all about the history of the jail. I don't really know much about it. So that's at Walmart for $5. Alright, so if you listen to the last podcast, you know that I have started collecting midnight movies from MGM. Oh shit. This one says 20th Century Fox. Oh, it is MGM. Okay. I don't know. If you look at my logos here, one says Fox, one says MGM. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. It's hard to see that little dumb monitor. I gotta get a better YouTube setup to film videos. But one corner has a 20th Century Fox logo, one has MGM. That's interesting. But the last podcast we had a big discussion on collecting DVDs, and I was interested in collecting all the Midnight Movies double feature series. So I picked up 4 of them. I got I got The Monster That Challenged the World and It, The Terror from Beyond Space. Now, I already have The Monster That Challenged the World as a single movie set. And I got to figure out if I'm going to collect everything that was released under the label or just the movies I need to have them all. So I picked that up. And these are all, good. They look really good. I've watched a lot of these before. And Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror I picked up. And Tales of Terror and Twice Told Tales. They're trying to fit as many T movies on there as possible. Yeah. Tales of Terror, Twice Told... Every word is T. Tales of Terror, Twice Told Tales. That's confusing. But I have no idea about any of these movies. I've never even heard of these movies. And I got this one. So it's What's the Matter with Helen and Whoever Slew Auntie Rue. That's an awesome name. And she has a butcher knife and she's smiling. Hello, I see you. So I think I'm up to about 15 of those now, but there's about 80 I gotta get. And some, there's a lot of out of print ones, and some go for like $40, even used. So that wraps up my recent purchases. Check out killerreviews.com, and we do the Killer Reviews podcast, which is I'd say it's pretty well reviewed. We got about 120 reviews on iTunes, 4.5 out of 5 stars. And check out other YouTube videos, subscribe, become a fan. If you go to killerreviews.com, we have thousands of movie reviews and lots of podcasts, forums, news every day. It's a cool place to check out. So thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.